Do you know that unhealthy eating habits are responsible for 20% of deaths worldwide? So many people today are uninformed about the effects that food and nutrition can have on your health today and in the future. In fact, as we know, food today isn't made the same as it was even 20 years ago. Think about what that's doing to our bodies when we don't even know what's in the food that we're eating. As someone who went to culinary school and I'm a nutrition student, this topic is deeply personal to me just because I find it so intriguing and so interesting to learn more about what we're putting into our bodies. And what we consume has a profound impact on our physical health and a lot on our mental health too. There was a specific case study done of people who had depressive symptoms, and they split them off into two different groups. One of the groups was just a support group, like a therapy type support group, and the other group was people who were shifting to use a Mediterranean diet, and that's all that they shifted to. They weren't involved in a support group or anything like that. They just changed their diet to the Mediterranean diet. For those who don't know, the Mediterranean diet is based around seafood and olive oil, healthy fats, stuff like that. Anyways, what we found out about this case study is that the people who switched their diet to the Mediterranean diet actually had a significantly more positive change in their depressive symptoms than the people who were just in a support group. What can that tell us about what we consume on a daily basis that affects our mental health? How can we not believe what goes into our body matters? Another big cause for concern today is the increased consumption of trans fats. I honestly never even thought about what I was eating, obviously, until I went to culinary school or became a nutrition student. But now that I'm learning more about it, I'm like, why don't more people search this information out? According to the World Health Organization, it states, among other dietary factors, high intake of trans fat increase the risk of death from any cause by 34%. Then it goes on to say trans fat has no known health benefits. We can find trans fats in foods that we eat every day, like French fries, cookies, fried chicken, stuff like that. Trans fats raise your LDL cholesterol, which is your bad cholesterol, which can then lead to heart problems in the future if you consume a lot. The consumption of trans fats has also significantly surpassed the consumption of omega-3 fatty acids. Lots of omega-3 fatty acids in the Mediterranean diet. Those are just the healthy, naturally occurring fats. Trans fats are artificial. They're not good for you. They're not good for you. All of this to say, we need to start caring about what we're putting into our bodies, especially for our future. If you care enough, a couple tangible ways to apply this information and keep it on the forefront of your mind. Keep a food journal. That is a great way to start. You can track what you're eating, track how it makes you feel, and then in the future, if you're looking back, you're like, oh, I don't know if that's good for me or if that makes me feel good. You can always have something to look back on, which is always a good idea. Keep a food journal. It'll help out a lot. And the other thing